Hello everyone, Megatronic here, and today we're taking a quick look at the Transformers Leader Class Studio Series 86 Megatron. Now I got this guy from CMD Store, and unfortunately you can no longer order from CMD Store due to the tariffs the president is setting. Now, to say this Megatron is nearly a mini masterpiece, and I do have a couple nitpicks, so we're just going to get to them right off the bat. I do not like how the fusion cannon looks. It looks nothing like the G1 fusion cannon. The back of it is way too long. This entire bit is upside down, and this little bit that edges out is just bothersome. It does not look like it belongs with Megatron. And the shoulders, I think, are just a tiny bit too small, and it throws his proportions off with the rest of his body. Honestly, the blue here, or the legs, is more of a gray to at least my eyes in person. My camera is pretty much on point with how it looks in person. They might be a little bit more blue on the camera, but they're a lot more of a gray in person, and I'm fine with it. It adds more color to Megatron, and honestly helps him stand out from being just gray, black, and red. So, yeah. Those are really my only huge nitpicks. Everything else is kind of like a meh. Another thing is, I think, in my opinion, he should have at least came with his mace and the gun that killed Prime. Now, I got these things from 3D printed upgrade kits years and years ago for my Siege Megatron. You can probably find them on eBay somewhere. He did only come with the back barrel, his fusion cannon, an Energon sword, or Star Saber, or Star Wars lightsaber, and himself as a Walter P-36 minimized. I do wish it came with the stock, but I can understand why they didn't do it, but it is a nice little rendition of him in his gun mode. Also, the people complaining that he doesn't transform to a gun, please calm down. Change is okay. So what if he's a tank? Genuinely, like, it just doesn't make sense. Now let's hop right into the big up close, because I want to do a little bit extra special attention on Megatron. Really do love the head sculpt. I do wish maybe he had more of a snarling expression, but I really do like how it looks. Really nice paint, nicely done. Nice detail all around. Love how they added all this out in paint. Nice red there for the midsection and on the arms. A little sloppy in places, unfortunately. But yeah, his one knee is slightly too loose for me. But it's not like loosey-goosey, it's just, as you saw, I was holding him up and it kind of just went. For articulation, he does have a ball joint at the neck, can do a full 360. You can look up all that far, look down a little bit. Do get a bit of a tilt. Shoulders do a full 360. If you untab this, you do have a butterfly all the way forward, a butterfly even farther back. Full 360 here at the shoulder. E&T pose, bicep rotation. Over 90 degrees at the elbow. Wrist are on a ball joints, you get a full 360. A little bit of tilt up and down, and the hands, you get, so for the 3 fingers, hinge there, and then the index is the same, to hinge there and a hinge there, so you can do the pointing poses, all that good stuff. He does have a full 360 at the waist. You can do the big boot, and I'll go all the way back, skirts move out of the way, full splits, thigh rotation, decent knee bend, feet can basically break his ankles. So yeah, really decent posability. I do wish there was a bit of an ab crunch, but I can understand why there isn't due to transformation. And yeah, now let's get straight on to the comparisons. And first up, we have to do with 86 Optimus Prime. I love how these two look together. It's the perfect height. Megatron should always be taller than Optimus, in my opinion, because he is the bad guy. Here he is with Earthrise Starscream, and Starscream is way too small. Megatron is over a head taller. His entire chest goes above Starscream. So I hope the new one is just a bit taller, and here's how Starscream looks while holding the gun mode Megatron. Here he is with 86 Hot Rod, his wavemate 86 Grimlock, my old custom Siege Megatron, and I am so happy to finally put this thing on another shelf. As much as I love this figure, it's time. And finally, Yellow Park Megatron, the AMK Pro Series 1. And I'm a little bit surprised that the Hasbro Megatron is all nearly the same height as him. I do wish that this official one came with this fusion cannon. This is what I mean about the shoulders. I wish he was more in proportion to these. It's fine. I really wish he had this fusion cannon. I'm just gonna have to hunt down an upgrade kit. That's pretty much it for Megatron as robot mode. Now let's get him to his vehicle mode. And here we have Megatron in his tank mode. Honestly, the transformation isn't that bad. It's rather simple. It's just a lot of unfolding. Kind of reminds me of how like the Transformers Prime Viacon transforms without the legs. Speaking of legs, very impressive work. To get a almost perfect G1 Megatron robot mode into a tank mode is pretty good engineering. Now, not to say that the tank mode isn't perfect. I do think it did turn out well. Like I said, I really like how the treads came out. Very nicely done. Honestly, the sides of the tank and the front of the tank is really well done. There is a bit of a gap here, but I can forgive that. Now, what I really can't forgive is how the turret looks and how the cannon looks. Now, I think that this should have never been part of the tank mode cannon. I honestly think the fusion cannon should have just been able to slide forward and make a longer barrel, and it would have been fine. Hell, the YOLO Park fusion cannon can slide forward and back. Why couldn't they have just done this on this guy? I mean, come on. And the robot shins are there, but once again, with how the robot mode looks, I can forgive this a little bit. Now, this does have some articulation. The turret can hinge, and it is a very odd hinge point. Very odd. I'm just going to say that. Any further than this, the cannon kind of looks odd when it goes out, and it can't really look up or down unless at this point, which that looks worse. So, yeah, tank mode's aight, you know. If the turret was a bit better, I think I'd be more okay with it. But like I said, with how much nice the robot mode looks, I can forgive this. So, yeah, do I recommend this figure? Yeah, I do. But he does have some issues in my eyes. I think the cannon could have been made better. Another issue to talk about the cannon is to bring in a blast effect. Only the small part of this will fit into Megatron's fusion cannon in robot mode. Only that. Why not the other? I mean, when Megatron's shooting, you don't want just a little skinny baby piece. You want the entire blast. You want all that. You know? I don't know. Another thing is I do wish they took the Energon sword and been able to take this piece off and make this at least into a blast effect like they did on 86 Prime. Once again, oh well. The shoulders are a bit too small for my liking on this figure. Really throws the proportions off just a little bit. Everything else, especially the robot mode, is really perfect. Head sculpt looks amazing. I can't complain. The entire figure looks amazing other than the fusion cannon and the slightly smaller shoulders. I do wish he came with his wrecking ball and his killing Prime gun from the movie, but that's about it. That's really, and those are nitpicks. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I say get this guy if you find him in person. Once again, you can no longer order from CMD Store, unfortunately. You can blame Trump for that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.